Well, we want to welcome everybody tonight. Talladega Superspeedway for should be some really great racing in these ARCA Menards cars. We got Jamie up here in the booth with me this evening, and we are excited and ready to rock and roll, Jamie.
Absolutely. Wasn't sure. Is there a race getting ready to start? Because I'm just munching down on my hot White Castle right now, thanks
Yeah,
to Davy Jones in the number 10 White Castle car. Appreciate it, bud. These things are awesome.
yeah. I don't know how we're going to get through this broadcast this evening. Quite honestly, I mean, um, wow, the White Castles are really delicious going down. Man, they are a demon coming back out. But everybody knows that about White Castle.
Yeah, well, hopefully these guys will keep this race green and we'll get through these 38 laps quickly and have any worries.
Yeah, so for anybody listening to this evening's broadcast, you'll have to excuse the chewing and the munching and whatever the heck else sounds you hear. Could be a little bit of flatulence at the same time. You never know. But we're going to make it through this the same as these drivers tonight are going to make it through it. And with the drafting and everything that happens at these super speedways, I mean, these guys this evening are really going to have to be mindful of where their cars are at and how they pull up. And from what I can remember of these ARCA cars there, Jamie, bump drafting is not very good with them.
Yeah, bump drafting with these cars is a no-no. But what I did notice in practice was they were able to lean on each other quite a bit with the side drafting and even, making contact in the corner in the sides of the car, and they were able to catch them. So there will be some close racing here tonight. Just we won't see a bunch of pushing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, iRacing's made a lot of different updates to the drafting models. And I know some of the guys from the Cup Series and even the trucks and things along those lines have heard some of the complaints about it, but I think these ARCA cars still got a pretty good drafting model. You don't want to be pushing on each other. So as they take the grid, we'll pull up our starting grid for this evening. And we've got Gene Watkinson in that 111 car, who is starting on the pole position with a time of 53.103. So congratulations to him on that fast time. Starting to his outside, Matt Kleeman in the number 21 car. Starting third, Magic Mike Irby. It is great to see him back out here and running in a great starting position. Starting third there in the number 77 car. Starting to his outside, Todd Schott in that 426. Starting fifth, Stephen McDonald in the number 58. Starting sixth, Spencer Gay in that number 11. Seventh, Dave Jones in that number 10 car. And I don't know if we've really looked at what paint scheme he's running tonight, Jamie.
He's running White Castle, baby.
There it is right there. Cheers to you, my friend. Well, actually, cheers to me because I'm the one eating White Castle and you're the one driving a car. But starting to his outside, Kenneth Durst in that number 94 car. Starting ninth, Jason Lottridge in the 84. And then rounding out your top 10 is Kitty Leap in that number 55 car.
All right. Starting 11th, in the number 88, we got Charles Stevens. His outside in the number 76 car. You don't ever have to be lonely at Kinder.com. Eric Kinder. On the inside, starting 13th, number 619, Scott Pittman. His outside, we got the 36 of John Geis. Starting 15th, we got the number 42 of Joaquin Meza. His outside is number 95, Mike Brown. Starting 17th, number 35, Kyle Roberts. He'll be joined on the outside row by the number 44 of Hitman Manzo. Start 19th, the number 6 of Tyler Rice. His outside, number 25, Rich Yeoman. Starting 21st, number 81 of Eric Santee. In the 22nd spot, we got the 01 of Mickey Isaac. Starting 23rd, number 29, Jesse Necula. His outside, the number 61 of Jacob Ellingson. Right behind them, starting 25th, the 99, Brandon Wallace. Last week's winner, was that not?
I believe so, Jimmy.
Absolutely. Made a great pit strategy and came out on top. And on the number 31 of Jonah Colbert, starting 26th. The 27th, we got the number 3 car of Aaron Adcock. And his outside, number 60 of Kai Shepard. In the 29th position, number 12, William Griffith. With number 67 of Daniel Quinn to his outside. And in 31st, number 71 of Eric Burkhalter.
Well, it looks like our pace car is getting ready to pull off, so we'll head back to the race here. And as they have taken the green flag and are underway, well, not quite as of yet. I'm a little ahead of myself. I got excited there for some Superspeedway racing.
And starting 32nd, we got number 48 of Alan Warnecki. We have really got to get through these starting lineups faster, but these fields are getting pretty big in ARCA series, and they're off. Green flag is out.
Yeah, it looks like that outside line got a heck of a start, and they have pulled out to a pretty decent jump there, as everybody seems to be trying to figure out what line they want to run in as the drafting starts getting together here.
And the 111 car of Gene Watkinson, who was our pole sitter, he has some trouble and has got down on the apron and was not able to rejoin the field as he is falling to the back, it looks like. I'm not sure if that was by design or what happened to him, but a little bit of trouble early on for our pole sitter.
He's still not quite up to speed here, so I'm not sure exactly what happened with him there. We are still underway, so we'll head back up front and see how our front runners are doing. Hopefully he can get up to speed and
looks like
too many laps here.
Going to take this car.
Oh, we have the 619 going around. Still under green, it looks like, though.
And the 111 of Gene Watkinson has taken his car to pit road. Not really sure what's going on.
We are under yellow for that accident that we just saw. We'll go back and take a look at Scott Pittman here and see exactly what happened. I saw him going sideways when we came back up front. Seems to kind of gotten a little bit off there, but we'll just kind of catch back up to him as he's still underway. Catch him back up to the field, but it just looked like he got a little bit loose there or got a little bit of help from behind, and the car got away from him, but he was able to save it, keep it pointed in the right direction, and really not get a whole lot of people tangled up with him.
Yeah, and with all that going on, a lot going on to start this race, but as of right now, the number 11, Spencer Gay, has gone from starting 6th to the point. So he's leading the field down, trying to catch the pace car. It sounds like maybe they have to let it get by him. Not quite sure. They're definitely driving slow, getting the field caught up.
Well, timing and scoring is catching up here a little bit. I think when that caution actually flew and where they were on the track, that a little bit of confusion here, but they'll get it all sorted out. And I'm assuming our front runners will just stay out. Only a couple green flag laps there. No real issues here at Talladega when it comes to tires or fuel. They should be able to go green to checker with no issues whatsoever. They continue to slow down. I think you're right, Jamie. I think they're waiting for that pace car to catch up.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to bring the field to a stop and let that pace car get caught up and give us an opportunity to, I don't think we mentioned the name of this race at the start of the broadcast, but tonight's race is the Machine Gun Keller 100.
I was busy eating a White Castle, sorry.
I was too, and I got distracted.
All right. Fair enough.
So we apologize.
I don't know if this is going to be our best effort tonight, Jamie, but we're not going to go to bed hungry, I can tell you that.
Absolutely not. I think we can call the Dunkin' Donuts car. I haven't seen the Krispy Kreme car out here tonight yet, so but maybe we can look at these cars tonight and not be drooling all over ourselves.
But while we're under caution here at the beginning of this race, I'd like to take a short moment as we had a member of our league that used to race with us quite often passed away this past week. Matthew Mann used to run the number 78 car, and I know over the past couple of weeks we've lost a couple members, but our prayers and our thoughts and our hearts are with Matthew Mann. and his family. And yeah, just sorry to hear the news that he passed away this week. And hopefully his family can find some comfort and everything as they grieve. But a great racer here in the Rebels League, and sorry to see him go for sure.
Okay, it looks like our field has now caught the pace car, or the pace car has gotten by, and the field is now following behind. And Spencer Gay is at the point, leading this race early on here, followed by Todd Schott, Ken Leap, Matt Clemens, and Garrett Kinder, who's made his way from 12th to 5th, rounds out the top 5.
I tell you, every time we see that Spencer Gay car, it's that old Daytona Racing paint scheme, and it's always kind of cool to see, you know. And I think maybe, I don't know, JB, maybe after the race we need to pull Garrett Kinder to the side and tell him to pick a paint scheme and stick with it, as this week he's in a Busch Light.
Busch Light. Must be hard times over there at kinder.com.
Matter of fact, as I was looking at a couple different things and having a talk with him, I do think membership is a little bit down for them. So, you got to pick up sponsorship where you can get sponsorship to make ends meet, to put these race cars on the track.
It just goes to show he's doing too good of a job. You can't do that good a job. You got to leave some people single so that they keep coming back. You got to learn from Ashley Madison.
You know what? I got nothing on that one, Jamie. I'm just going to move on from there, as a matter of fact. So, congratulations to you. You win this round. And we will get back to the racing here shortly, as we are 4 laps into the 38 scheduled for this evening in the Machine Gun Keller 100. Here with the Original Rebels Racing Network. Glad to have everybody out this evening and who's watching the broadcast. You got Pat and Jamie up in the booth, as we've been here for the past few weeks, just having an absolute blast. And again, whoever sent the White Castles, God bless you. You are not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah, that was Dave Jones. We do know who sent him. That was Dave Jones in the 10 car.
Nice.
He does drive the White Castle car. Not sure if he's got some ownership stake or something in White Castle, but we appreciate it, buddy.
Absolutely.
And I believe Dave Jones is also signed up over with us with Goat Locker Racing and plans to run some in that truck series on Thursday night too. So
outstanding, man. As our pace car starts to pull off here and makes the trip down pit road, we'll see.
Oh no!
I think he went. He definitely. I'm not sure that's going to work out for him.
He's got some people black flagged, I'm sure.
That is the tricky part here at Talladega, is you have got to wait for your spotter to tell you that pace car is pulled off. And me and you know that firsthand, Jamie.
Absolutely.
We tried that one time, and I think we got 4 cars black flagged.
Yep. Talladega is a long way to that start-finish line. You've got to give more time, but so far I haven't seen anything, heard any calls over the radio, and it doesn't look like anybody's making any attempt to get down pit lane, so maybe they got away with it. I'm not exactly sure.
I'd be surprised, as they're 3 wide right now, as Garrett Kinder's up on the top side. Looks like that car is wiggling back and forth on him as he is trying to find his way back in line so he doesn't lose the draft. As he continues to stay high, I'm a little surprised there that he hasn't dropped back down in the line here. And we'll have to see, as our leader continues to kind of pace around here, whether or not Spencer Gay in that 11 car is going to end up getting that black flag. Again, I'd be surprised if he doesn't.
Yeah. I would think that he would have made the trip to pit road on that first lap, but I don't. Maybe he didn't get black flag. He didn't. He's fortunate. But he definitely went before that pace car was beyond the cone. We've had a lead change now. Todd Schott in the 426. As his car to the front, followed closely by Spencer Gay.
It seems that outside line is getting a lot of momentum. Playing a little bit of leapfrog right now. As whoever gets pushed to the front on the outside drops down to the inside.
Garrett Kendall really gave a good shove to Jason Lottridge in the 84 that brought him to the point right after the start-finish line.
Oh, and that 84 car needs to pick a line. He is going to get split, and down the middle he goes.
He is in the sucker hole now. The middle is not where you want to be.
Absolutely not. Not here at Talladega, but
he got some help from Garrett Kinder. Garrett dropped down and is pulling him now beyond the 88 car of Charles Stevens. But really, no harm, no foul. Maybe that might have been by design. Maybe he was letting Garrett get to the front.
So it looks right now the field is 2 by 2 stacked down through the field. And we are 8 laps into our 38 laps tonight at the Machine Gun Keller 100. And we've got Garrett Kinder out front for the first time this evening, as he's picked up some drafting help there on the outside line, and it looks, and we've got the 35 trying to make a third line up top. And,
he's not trying, he's doing it. He's really doing it by himself. That's an impressive run.
I'm not really sure about his sponsor on the car, but we're going to go.
Might have some heavy flow on that gas pedal, and he's pulling it to the outside.
I'd be remiss if I didn't. Wow. Heavy flow on the gas pedal. We'll move on from there. You are on fire tonight, Jamie. Garrett Kinder is still out front and continues leading that number 76 Busch Light.
Oh, the 35 car is in the wall.
Oh.
He bounces off, and luckily no one else gets collected.
Yeah, he gathered it
that
up.
That was a close call. Dave Jones was coming fast in the 10 car, and he did not want to see that. But everyone appears to have gotten through it without any issues.
Yeah, looks like everybody's sorted out. Kind of look back through the field here a little bit. We'll go back and check out Dave Jones in the number 10 White Castle car, as he sits back in 13th position as we cross the line this time by. As we know here at Talladega, I mean, positions change every lap, every corner.
Just as you say that, the 84 car took over the lead from Garrett at the line, but Garrett has now come back. It's going to be a tight battle all night like this. You guys are doing a really good job in these ARCA cars.
Yeah, they're keeping the spacing really well. You don't see the bump drafting. I think all these guys realized coming into tonight's race that they needed to stay connected, and stay off each other's bumpers. And I've seen a lot tonight, Jamie, that outside line be able to form up and push a guy to the lead. And that's how Garrett got the lead, as a matter of fact.
Yep, absolutely. I think they've learned it was a little rough going at Daytona for these guys, and I think they've learned their lessons from there, and they've brought them to Talladega with them, and they're really putting on a great show.
As we've had quite a bit of green flag run as we're running right now. We're about 7 laps into this green flag run. And these guys have really diced it up front. Lead has changed many, many different times, but top 5 has stayed pretty consistent. We've got Spencer Gay in the 11 car that's now back to, depends on when they cross the start-finish line, 5th or 6th position. With Garrett Kinder still up front leading the way. That outside line can't seem to stay organized enough to push the 84 out front. Jason Lottridge. But he's got the 88 car behind him pushing pretty hard in Charles Stevens Jr. And then we've got the 67 car right now looking to almost make a 3rd lane up there. But I think that outside line would be better if they just got lined up and be able to push in front of Garrett.
Well, I think if someone could get another couple cars to go with them on that outside like that, they would make it work. Because this is twice now that we've seen single cars be able to make runs on the outside and make it work. They just don't have the help. There's definitely room up there to run. If other people figure it out, we're going to have 3 wide races most of the time.
As he's now got a little bit of help out there from the 95 car. But out front, still Garrett Kinder. As the outside line makes a little bit of a push here. And that
Caution
third line
out.
is trying. Oh, and we do have the caution out. Must have had
Got a
it
caution
back
out.
in the back. Go back and take a look.
I saw the 95 bouncing off the wall. I'm not sure if that was after the caution had already come out or if he was part of it.
So I'm not seeing anybody right now that's in a whole lot of trouble. All these cars seem to be good as I go back and look at Magic Mike Urbe back in 17th. Stephen McDonald back in 19th. Jacob Ellenson, who's still his 61 car is looking good. Not sure who all got wrapped up in this one. Number 12 car looking just fine as well, so I don't know, Jamie. I don't know what brought out the caution there, but it seems to be that something happened.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Sure. Let's see.
I really haven't seen anybody come to pit road yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
Wait a minute, I'm seeing a car smoking right there. There we go. Kai Shepard. And the 60 car is missing the front end of his, and he is smoking pretty bad coming to pit road. So it had something to do with him when they were racing back in the pack. And his car is all kinds of tore up. But he's able to make it around the pit road, so he should be able to utilize that quick repair, get his car all straightened up, and get back out there and back in competition.
All right, well, as we stand right now, Garrett Kinder is bringing the field down pit road. So we got Garrett Kinder at the point, followed by Jason Lottridge, Todd Schott, Charles Stevens, and Kyle Roberts are the top 5 at this moment. We'll see how they come out after pit stops.
I'm a little surprised to see them come down pit road, seeing that, tires don't make a whole lot of difference here at Talladega. I wonder if they're all running just maybe a little bit short on fuel and decided to go ahead and get those fresh tires, knowing that there's going to be about 22 to 23 laps left, and we've got the 55 car turned around backwards on pit road. So, see, we've got a couple things going on here. But Garrett Kinder brings him back out, and we'll see how this all sorts out, because I think there are a couple cars that actually stayed out, Jamie.
Yeah, definitely for sure. I'm not sure who won the race off of pit road, but definitely the 36 stayed out, 95, the 84. I'm guessing the 29 at Jesse Necula all stayed out.
Yeah, as we look at what's going on right now, that's how the field stacks up. And it looks like Garrett was the first one off of pit road, so I think he was able to hold serve there, short of a couple of drivers that has stayed out.
So that's going to put the 36 of John Geis to the point, and really changes our top 5 from where we were at before pit stops began. The top 5 appears to have stayed out. Not exactly sure what the fuel mileage is with these ARCA cars. Maybe they think they can stretch it with these cautions. It's kind of close. I mean, it's 38 laps of racing. That's about where the Cup cars can go. I would imagine the ARCA cars would be similar to that. So maybe one stop is good enough tonight. We'll have to see.
Yeah,
But you're right. Tires really should not come into play too much here at Talladega.
No. You know, if you get into some of the longer races, and maybe if tonight was 100 laps, you might want to grab a set of tires, because you will get some tire wear, and as you wind the laps down, you want to be able to maneuver that car up and through the pack. But with a little bit shorter race this evening at 38 laps, we'll have to see if tires do actually come into play, and some of these guys that brought it down pit road to tank it up and put 4 fresh tires on it are able to weave their way up through the guys that stayed out and take control of this race over again.
Yeah, and as we say that, Jesse Nekula actually pulled off and made a late pit stop. So he gave up the 5th spot to come in and make a stop, which is going to move Garrett Kinder back up to 4th. So now the top 3 are the ones that have stayed out and are on older tires.
We got John Geis out front at this point in time in that 36 car. Running a pretty good race so far, playing a little bit of pit strategy here. We'll have to see how it plays out for him. We haven't seen him up front as of yet, so as they get to dicing and going back and forth, we'll have to see how that works out. Jason Lockridge has kind of been up there all night. We've got that 35 car with a questionable sponsor of Kyle Roberts, but good for him. I think as we work our way back through, Garrett Kinder's always up front there in that 76 Busch Light car. Really, when it comes to the Superspeedway racing, Jamie, sometimes these cautions breed cautions a little bit, and hopefully these guys will get it sorted back out, back to some good pack racing here up front. So we've got 23 laps to go in the Machine Gun Keller 100.
Yeah, hopefully they'll recognize that they've still got a lot of racing here to do this evening, so they've still got time to be patient. It's not time to be all take and no give yet, so hopefully they get off to a clean start and get another long green flag run here. Pace car has pulled off and has turned control over to John Geis. Looks like he waited a little bit longer, let the pace car get by. And
I don't know, he made a little bit of a mistake there. He kind of jumped out pretty good, which is going to allow some of these other guys behind him to draft up to him pretty quickly, so we'll have to see how he manages that gap as the rest of the field gets up to speed and gets lined up. That outside line is really starting to form up, led by the 84 car of Jason Lockridge. Garrett Kinder drops down to the inside, and kind of a surprising move. Tuck in behind that 36 car and maybe try to push him a little bit to keep him out front.
Yeah, that's the first time I think we've seen Garrett down on the inside lane since the race started. He's run that outside the whole time.
Now Jason Lockridge takes the point and stays to the outside there to stay with the guys that have pushed him up front. A little bit of bobbing and weaving back to the field. We have got some great side-by-side racing right now as the 88 car looks like
we're going to have 4 wide.
4 wide.
4 wide as the 67 slips by to take the lead. That was a power move right there.
As they were dicing back and forth and trying to cut in between each other, the 67 car of Daniel Quinn said, "See you later, guys."
Absolutely. He looked like Dale Jr. in that Budweiser All-Star car winning that Daytona race in July. He came out of nowhere from that outside. Looked like he had an extra 300 horsepower under that.
We are still 3 wide for the lead. Oh.
Wow. What a...
Yeah.
Guys put on a show tonight, that's for sure.
They definitely are, and you can definitely tell these guys run together all the time. They know each other. It's not often you get into one of these super speedway races and you got guys 3 and 4 wide and it stays green. So a lot of driver skill being displayed this evening.
Got another yellow. Oh, and
he's going to come back up to the field, and here we go.
One. We've got the big one, and it was under yellow. Oh, and we're still crashing. Dave Jones just tore up the number 10 car.
71's around. Dave Jones is down to the inside, and he has got a tire hanging out.
Oh,
Limp that one back around. John Geis was our leader there for a little while, is tore up. Should be able to get that car fixed up. William Griffith got some damage to the front end of that number 12 car. And I think we had quite a few cars tangled in that one.
That is, yes, that is a shame. And it all happened after the caution had come out.
It's one of the things, it's always tough under caution. And as we saw from that first caution, the guys kept the pedal down, and it took a while for them to get sorted out. And I don't know if this was a case of a couple guys lifting and a couple guys not lifting there under caution, but they got together and really tore up a bunch of really good race cars. So hopefully most of these guys got that fast repair still sitting in the bank. Get these cars fixed up, get them back out there, and get back to some of the great racing we were having there.
For sure. And look who is at the point. Last week's winner, Brandon Wallace. We've not talked about Brandon yet tonight, but his patience has paid off, and right now he has that number 99 Skull Bandit Oldsmobile as he's running on the front splitter there. The old Skull Bandit car.
Wasn't that Harry Gant that ran the old Skull car?
I believe it was.
Again, I mean, probably honestly should stop dating ourselves. But
well, I believe, kind of thinking that this is a throwback that nobody told us about. Because I'm seeing quite a few older schemes out here tonight, and that probably explains why we're seeing some guys in different schemes, like Garrett running that Busch Light car. I do believe this might have been a throwback race.
As you mentioned that, Jamie, I think that you're right. I think we were way too distracted with the White Castles that showed up at our house.
That is a fact.
Probably didn't do the proper research we should have done before coming on air. But I'm going to keep eating White Castles and staying confused.
Well, there's no confusion for David Jones in the 10 car. He's gotten used to his fast repair, and he's looking clean and mean again.
Yeah, so we got that number 25 car in that Home Depot throwback, and not sure what year that's from Tony Stewart.
Yeah, that's definitely a pre-Car of Tomorrow paint scheme. I can tell you that. Yep. When exactly he ran it, that's the reverse. It was the reverse scheme, is what they called it. Mm-hmm. Instead of being typically white and orange, with black being trim, it's black with orange and white. So, but yeah, that's probably an early 2000. Definitely prior to probably 2003, I would say.
Good looking car, though. We got quite a few great looking paint schemes out here this evening. These guys have really put on a show for us. Down through the field, and 3 and 4 wide racing up front. A lot of give and take, and just a lot of fun to watch these guys get around this track. And Talladega can always be one of those races where it is either celebration or heartache. While we had the big one there, and we had quite a few cars get wrapped up in it, I think everybody had that fast repair in the bank, got their cars fixed up, and should be able to get back to some really good racing here as we've got 18 laps to go in the Machine Gun Keller 100.
Yeah.
Hosted by the original Rebels Racing League.
Now I'm looking at the 84 of Jason Lotridge. He's running a GM Goodwrench scheme along with Oreos. Now, I do remember Dale Jr. driving an Oreo car. I don't ever remember Senior having that, so I don't know if that's just a combination. He's just an Earnhardt fan and likes them both.
I want to say that was Junior's paint scheme from the Xfinity series. Or what was it used to, the Busch series?
Well, the Busch series, yeah, at that time.
Because he never ran that scheme in Cup.
Right. And I just don't remember him. I don't remember the Goodwrench being part of that. I do remember the Oreo scheme that Junior drove. It's probably just a combination, but of the two. It's a cool looking car. It's a good concept. I can definitely go for some Oreos to follow up these White Castles I just had.
No,
Dave Jones, that does not mean you need to send me some Oreos,
no,
brother.
no. We are. I mean, that's awesome. I got a lot of words for that, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's pretty damn awesome to have White Castle delivered to your door, so you can call a race for the evening. So
That's right.
hats off to these guys, not only just for being a great group of guys, but for being a great group of drivers here and putting on a show for us every week. So it makes it easy to call these races when they're fun and exciting, and these guys get up here and start to dice it up a little bit.
Looks like lights are off on the pace car as they formed up too wide throughout the field. Should be getting ready to have the pace car pull off here as they're coming through turn 4.
Get that green flag with 17 laps to go.
And pace car has pulled off. And Brandon Wallace now has the field. Like Brandon is going to hold him down and not take her off early. It's probably a smart move to keep the field close to you so you don't get out to that big lead and they get the run on you once they get up to speed.
Yep. And he's off.
He has gotten a good-sized jump.
Again, in a lot of these tracks, when you've got control of that restart, it's good to have that jump. At these super speedways, you don't want that big jump, because all that it allows is the guys behind you to draft up on you really quick. As the 25 and 88 pulling up on that 99 Skoal car really quickly. As the 88 jumps to the outside and the 61 jumps down to the inside.
The 61 of Jacob Ellingson, another one that we've not really talked about, but he has made his way to the front.
Running a good clean race as Eric Hendricks behind him and starts to pull up, and that 67 car is looking to that outside again, trying to make that big move, see if he can get enough momentum to do what he did a little bit earlier in the race. But it seems he's got a little right front damage still. Don't know that he may or may not.
Oh, we've got a spin! Oh my goodness. The 99 just went airborne. Wow, no caution for that?
I don't even know how that's possible.
I don't either.
Those guys got so tangled up.
Brandon Wallace just did his best Evel Knievel impersonation.
Wow, I cannot believe that you're still under green. We are. We're still under green, so we'll head back up front and see how our leaders are doing. So we got 15 laps to go here at the Machine Gun Keller 100.
I will have to save this replay. That will be a clip worth showing off. That was impressive.
Is Jason Lottridge, and that number 84 car is now out to the point. The 25 car, Rich Hillman.
Oh no. Looked like the 44 was going to try to bump draft on the 67. That was not going to be a good move.
As it seems that pace is picking up here with 14 laps to go. A lot of guys up here jumping from line to line and trying to find those drafting partners to get up front as the 84 car tries to get up to the high side, block the run of the 67. Can't get up there, so now they pull side by side.
Nice tight racing. We got 3 wide.
That third line is trying to form up there with the 12 car and the 23. See if they can't push out front.
Oh!
It looked like 44 car there. Philip Manzo pushed up just a little bit, and I see a little smoke.
Oh,
and
we got
another one
wreck.
going. The 21 car is all tore up.
Oh, no wrecking again.
01, the 94
just got together.
Oh, we got cars everywhere. It looks like our 426 car is going to have to get a tow. Oh my goodness, look at his car. He is trying to get through the grass, and he's going to figure out he is not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's tough. It's like earlier, the caution comes out, and
Oh,
it's tough to know what to do. When are you going to start backing off? You
right.
don't want to do it too soon, but at some point you have to. You've got to start slowing down. It's tricky, and if you're not on the same page, which we've seen twice tonight now, that cautions have really brought out the big one after the caution happened.
Yeah. As you were just saying, and we mentioned before, it is tough sometimes to figure out when to let off the gas and when not. And I think sometimes guys get a little bit, I don't know, antsy or whatever it is to think, well, we got to slow down because the pace car's coming out and we don't want to pass the pace car. Well, the biggest thing is that you just keep going and let the order sort itself out. And it eventually will. And that's 9 times out of 10 the safest way of doing things.
Right.
A lot of times as the leader of the race, when I've been racing and when we've been racing, when that caution comes out, I don't let off the gas until I see the guy behind me let off the gas.
Right.
That way he's not in jeopardy, and I know that everybody else is clear. And again, the order will sort itself out. But as we see, Joaquin Meza, he has brought his car down to pit road, had his fast repair still in the bank. Got a brand new Chevy Impala SS there, getting some fresh feel good, and he's going to head back out here. Seems we're going to have some cars that are probably not going to be able to continue on as they used up that fast repair before.
Right. Wow. That's restrictor plate racing for you. Are you seeing the 61 car with just a plain orange, no sponsorship or anything
Yes,
like
sir.
that? Are you seeing that as well, or is that just on my end?
Nope, that is the car he's running this evening.
Well,
Plain
Jacob
orange car with
Ellington-
like a light blue spoiler.
Okay, yeah, so I'm seeing the same thing. So, Jacob Ellingson, if you would like to get some sponsorship on that car, we can get some Goat Locker Racing logos on that thing for you, and we can pimp that thing out. Guaranteed to add 50 horsepower.
Absolutely guaranteed.
So if
You
you'd
put
be
a Goat
interested in
Locker
doing that, yeah, if you'd be interested in doing that, Jacob, shoot us a message on Discord, and I will get you hooked up with that.
And I'm telling you, that is a deal you cannot refuse, because I don't know if you're listening, but probably not, Jacob. You're out there racing in that car, and maybe you'll take a listen back. But us Goat Locker Racing guys, I mean, we're made men. When we call races, we get food delivered to us. So I'm just saying, you might want to get with a good thank you.
All right, so as we've completed 28 laps of the Machine Gun Keller 100, Jason Lottridge is your leader, followed by Rich Yeoman, Jacob Ellingson, Daniel Quinn, and Phil Hitman Manzo, rounding out your top 5. Garrett Kinder still lurking there at 6th place, followed by Eric Burkhalter, Ken Lee, Magic Mike Uribe, and William Griffiths to round out your top 10.
I don't think a better word has been used to describe Garrett Kinder than lurker. I found that to be perfect, Jamie. It's good to see Philip Manzo running in the top 5. Love it when some of these guys can get up here and mix it up, and we get to see some new names and faces up front. So it's awesome to see him up front. You know, seeing Rich Roman up here, 2nd place in that number 25 car, that Home Depot throwback. Great to see him running up front. Kenny Leap, seems we call his name almost every race. Sitting solidly there in 8th place, and I tell you, one of the biggest movers of the race that we've got right now, up 26 positions from where he started. Daniel Quinn in that 67 car, sitting in 4th position right now.
Excellent run by Daniel. Excellent run. And I'll tell you, the one name that we're missing that we're usually talking about is making up a bunch of spots every week is the Jet. The Jet's not here. Josh, if you're listening, man, I hope you're missing the race tonight for something good and not the alternative. So miss you, miss talking about you. I hope everything's okay. Hopefully we'll see you next week.
Yeah, well, looking forward to running some races with the Jet next week. The Thunderstruck Series starts up again next week. They've got the SKs and Tour Modifieds on Wednesdays, and Super Street Stocks on Thursday. And somebody will probably correct me on that one, but or the Super Late Models on Thursdays what they run. So looking forward to running some races with him and those Tour Modifieds and SKs on Wednesdays. A lot of great racing leagues here in the original Rebel Racing League, from the Extreme and Xfinity Series, sponsored by Good Locker Racing, that was earlier this evening with Cody
McElwain.
Thanks. I swear I'm going to get it,
We are going
Cody.
to work on that. We're going to work on that. He is your teammate, and you cannot say his name.
I cannot.
I'm sorry, Cody.
I'm going to just go ahead and sign off for the evening. I've got about 12 more White Castles to get through anyway. So if nobody else ever hears from me, know I died a happy man, full of White Castle. But talking about some of the different other leagues, two of the leagues right now are running through their playoff series, the Cups and the Trucks. So just a lot of great racing to be had here as we get ready to go. 10 laps to go here in the Machine Gun Keller 100. Pace car is off, and Jason Lottridge in the 84 car has control of the field. We're going to have to see as the action picks up. I know these drivers know not a lot of time to get up front, so I imagine we're going to see some pretty aggressive moves here, Jamie.
Yeah, I think as we talked about earlier, it was a little early for the all take and no give, but I think that's going to be the mentality from here on out. Let's hope, though, we can be smart about it and get this race going and done under green, and we have an exciting finish.
As it seems the front of our field is really getting single file. Is Jason Lottridge got a really good start there, pulled out in the 61 car. Jacob Ellison is pulled up behind him and now pulls to his outside, so he's not going to be content just to push him at this point in time. He wants to stick his nose out there and see what they can do. As that outside line is really starting to form up, and they are starting to make passes there on. Manzo and the 67 car get together, and again, we've got cars everywhere. 67 car bouncing off the wall of Daniel Quinn, as we just talked about him, the outstanding run he was having. Manzo doesn't seem to be too bad. The 12 car is wadded up. The 21 down there is all banged up with Matt Kleeman. And it seems he has just been in the wrong spot at the wrong time this evening, as he has been involved in a couple of these accidents, and that 21 car is smashed up on the front end. And we've got the car behind him. Jones is just fine. Go back and take a look at some of the other cars in the field. Man, as we just talked about, the aggression level was going to pick up, and these guys were starting to fight for position through the middle of that pack. And one car gets a little bit out of shape in the middle of the pack, and you're going to take out a bunch of different cars with you.
As Jacob Ellickson has now taken over the lead. They've caught the pace car in the middle of 3 and 4. Everyone's joining up. See if there's any takers on pit road. I wouldn't suspect there would be, other than the guys that need to get damage fixed. But I'm pretty sure everyone else has got what they've got to the end of this race at this point.
I think at this point in time, unless you have any type of damage, you're staying out to keep your track position. No sense of coming down pit road. No need for fuel, no need for tires. Keep your track position. So we have 8 laps to go in here in the Machine Gun Keller 100. By the time they take the green flag, there'll probably be 5 laps to go, and it is going to be a shootout here at Talladega.
Yeah, so I guess with Daniel Quinn having his misfortunes, that's now going to turn the biggest mover over to Jacob Ellickson, who started 24th and now finds himself in the lead. Been a solid run for him, and he looked strong on that last restart. Not sure what Jason Lotridge did to upset the rest of the field, but no one went with him. Uh, they all went to the outside to go with Jacob Ellingson when they got to the backstretch, getting up to speed. He was kind of a sitting duck to that inside.
And I think it's a lot of what we've talked about on a couple of these restarts is our leader is taking off, and usually on a lot of these restarts, the leader gets that advantage and is able to really get a little bit of jump on the field, and it has backfired every single time here at Talladega because it allows these cars to get a run on them. And with 10 to go, when Jacob Allison pulled to the outside, the other cars went with him, understanding he had the run, hoping to get past that 84 car of Jason Lotridge. So hopefully Jacob has kind of learned his lesson from watching a couple of these restarts and kind of keep the field close to him when he takes the restart so they don't come drafting up on him.
All right, while we got a little break in the action here, I've got a little personal shout out we'll give. Last night, even though my son no longer, since he's graduated, no longer plays for him, but Pace Patriots Baseball won the District 1 6A championship last night. So congratulations, boys. It's not been the season you probably expected to have, but you've still got your goals still in front of you. So give them hell next week in regionals and keep working towards that state championship.
Well, that's great to hear, man. I know Chase played for him for a lot of years. I got to follow some of the stuff on social media and Facebook and all that other kind of crazy stuff. So great to hear they're doing well. And, hopefully they continue to advance on the state.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a rough season for them. A lot of injuries. They've overcome a lot, and some really big guns have been on the shelf, but getting healthy at the right time, and they're starting to pay back some teams that took it to them earlier. So, unfortunately, last year, with a lot of other kids, COVID took their season away from them, and so hopefully these boys this year they saw that happen and they don't take this for granted, because you never know when your last game is going to be. So go out there and play hard, do your thing.
Absolutely. And anytime you get into any of these competitive sports, whether it is out there on the ball field or even here in iRacing, you never know when you're going to win another race. You never know when you're going to be competitive. You just hope you are in and out every week. So it's always special when you can bring it home in victory lane. And a lot of these guys will have nothing better to do to bring that car home to victory lane here at Talladega Superspeedway. So,
all right, looks like the field's forming up too wide. Pace car lights are off as they come to turn 3. Should be getting ready to go green here shortly. We'll have about 5 laps to go when that green flag flies.
If we thought the aggression level was up with 10 to go, with 5 to go, I think there's going to be a whole lot of take. And not a lot of give.
Pace car is pulled off. Jacob Ellingson is going to control the field. See how he handles this restart. This will be the first time we've seen him up front.
Again, hopefully he has paid attention to some of these other restarts and doesn't pull out too big of a lead here. Keep the pusher behind him, as it looks like. Second place car now at 71. Had a pretty good start with him, so I think everybody's got some decent spacing right now. We'll have to see as we continue to go how they draft up to one another and how this thing starts to sort out here towards the end. Jason Lotridge in the 84 car is kind of hung up on the outside as Garrett jumps to the outside. And Jesse Nekula comes up there with him in that number 29 car.
The 84 car, will go 3 wide in turn 3.
Yep, and again, a lot of take and not a lot of give is Garrett Kinder and Jesse Nekula there on that high side, trying to make a run, and they've got Joaquin Meza behind him, so all three of those cars sitting nose to tail trying to make a run. Now it looks like that middle line's even starting to form up a little bit with the 88 and 99 car, as our 61 car is still down to the inside, holding on strong. Gosh, and they are making some
Partridge makes an aggressive move to get to the inside. And that has kind of hurt the momentum of the two outside lanes as the 61 car stays with them. And got a car down to the inside of the back stretch, but everyone gets by cleanly.
Now we've got the 88 car of Charles Stevens out front as he pulls down in front of Jason Lottridge. Spotter must have cleared him. Man, that was a close call right there.
So it was. Come to the line, we'll have 3 laps to go.
We need to pull those safety belts a little bit tighter because we're going to be in for one heck of a finish here.
3 wide, 2 rows deep. iRacing is struggling to keep up with all the position changes right now. As the 61 washes up the track, it gets turned, and he's collected. Kinder's airborne. Necula's collected. The 84 Jason Lottridge is caught up. I don't know what happened there with the 61. It looked like he washed up and couldn't keep his car down. Unfortunately, it just collected
bunch of
cars.
As Kinder has 2 tires not attached to the front of his car, but somehow has that. Wow, he is dragging the entire front of that car to include the bottom of the radiator across the track right now. I believe Garrett's one of the cars that has not been down pit lane for any type of accident damage. So if he can make it down to pit road without losing a lap, he should be able to get that car fixed up and get back out in the hunt. But I don't think there's any steering that car at this point.
No, and I would imagine by the time he gets it there, he will be restarting probably 15th, even with a fat repaired car.
Yeah,
but we will be under green-white checker. It's going to be very tough.
He just towed. There was no way he was going to make it back.
Garrett, tough break, man. Sorry that happened. You were up there minding your own business. I know the 61 did not do that on purpose. It was clear that the car was just pushing up on him. That's unfortunate. But as we're running now, under caution, Garrett Stevens is the leader as he brings the field up to the pace car. Followed by Eric Burkhalter in the 71. Brandon Wallace in the 99. Brandon Wallace has made a great recovery from his monster jump. Looked like a halftime performance earlier. And Mickey Isaac and Joaquin Meza round out your top 5.
And as you look down through the top 10, well, I'll even say the top 9. First place up 10 positions from where he started. Second up 29 positions. Eric Burkhalter up 29 positions from where he started. Our third place car up 22. Fourth plus 18. Fifth up 10 positions. Sixth up 17 positions. Seventh up 25 positions. All these guys that started at the back of the field may have, had a little bit of strategy there, maybe not have taken qualifying time just to start out back. Now find themselves up front, battling for a win.
Absolutely. And give a shout out to Hitman. He told me earlier that he was just going to hope and pray for a top 10, and right now he's sitting in the 8th position. So great job, Manzo, man. Had a great run tonight. Keep it up. Got a green and white checker to get through, and get your top 10. Might even slip up in there and get a top 5, man. Never know. Keep that thing pointed in the right direction, and you'll end up doing well.
We have had some fantastic racing this evening here from Talladega Superspeedway and the Machine Gun Keller 100. And a lot of tight racing, a lot of 3-wide racing. A couple of mistakes in the pack have cost some guys the race, but again, as we said earlier, I mean that's just super speedway plate racing. You're going to have these type of accidents, and you're going to have these what they call the big ones when a lot of cars get together, and there's just no avoiding it.
No, there's not. And look, I mean, we're not professionals. On the track in the booth, none of it. And people are going to make mistakes, but these guys really they did a great job tonight. Even before this race is over, they did a really good job tonight. A lot of 3 wide racing. We saw 4 wide racing. Spectacular moves to take the lead and gain positions. And quite honestly, they did it smartly. Overall, just some mistakes that happen, and it happens in real life, even to the professionals. So there's definitely no shame in the quality of racing tonight. Everybody needs to keep their head up and understand that they really did put on a good show.
Completely agree with you, Jamie. A lot of these, one thing we need to mention, these ARCA cars are not easy to drive.
No.
A lot of times, that people think as you move up in the series, it's just tougher to handle the car or whatever. I would tell you, you're wrong. Cup cars are much easier to handle than one of these ARCA cars. These ARCA cars take a lot of throttle control. Their aero package is much, much tougher to handle. As we've seen it tonight, you can't bump draft in these cars, and they will go all kinds of sideways. So these guys have really put on a driving school this evening, as we've seen, that they have not gone up there and got on each other's bumpers. Haven't seen a whole lot of side drafting either, as these guys are giving themselves a lot of space and a lot of respect, understanding these ARCA cars are quite the handful, Jamie.
Yes, they are. It may be looked at that it's more of a beginner series for stock car oval racing, but they're not. And I would argue that maybe iRacing has it a little bit backwards with their progression as far as the licenses go. I mean, I get the point of how they're doing it because it reflects, real life. You work your way through the ARCA series, into trucks, into Xfinity, into Cup. I get that, but it's kind of the opposite with the difficulty of driving those vehicles. Really, the way the Cup cars handle, maybe they should be the beginning series, and you work your way into the other things, because the ARCA cars are probably the hardest of all the stock cars. The trucks are not difficult to drive, but they are kind of difficult to race. Definitely, it's a different monster than the other stock cars. The Xfinity cars, there's things about them that are, difficult to drive. The Cup cars are on rails. Anybody can go out there and drive a Cup car. So, I don't know. iRacing's got their way, and I get it.
And we are back underway here as he is. Charles Stevens in that 88 car gets a jump, and we're going to have to see how that plays out for him. The 71 car of Eric Burkhalter has got a pretty good start himself. And we'll have to see how that outside line starts to form up, because now we got the 01 car up there, Vicky Isaac, battling. It's the 99 car right now pulls up to the bumper of the 88. And let's see if we can give him a little shove as Jesse Nekula and Joaquin Meza form up behind him, and we are 2 by 2 by 2 for the first 6 positions right now.
And look at Jesse Nekula and that old Kevin Harvick scheme. It looks like the scheme that he won that first race in, filling in after the untimely death of Dale Earnhardt. As now the 71 of Eric Burkhalter has taken over the lead with a nice move to the inside line. As he'll come around off of turn 4, he's looking for that white flag. He knows once he gets that, it doesn't matter what happens. We're going to finish this race on this next lap. As he crosses the start-finish line, he has gotten the white flag, and we are 3 wide, 2 rows deep here at the front.
And Charles Stevens gave him a little bit of a bump coming down through the trioval there. Took the gamble to see if keep the momentum to the inside line, as we've got 2 other lines forming to the outside. And this is going to get very, very interesting, as they are still 3 wide going down the backstretch. As it looks to be that Joaquin Meza on the outside is and he lost a little bit of momentum there. The inside line starts to gain it back, and the 71 car of Eric Burkhalter
Oh,
And he
and he gets
hooks him
on. Oh, and hard into the wall.
And the 01 car right now is out front. We're going to have to see how it comes to the line here as the 48 car.
Gets a run, but it's going to be Mickey Isaac with the win.
Congratulations, Mickey. A lot of mayhem there on that last lap. You hate to see it, but you knew it was coming.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Charles Stevens was packed up tight behind. I just lost our name. Who was our leader?
Jacob Ellison.
Oh, well, it's Eric Burkhalter had the lead. Eric Burkhalter had the lead, and Charles Stevens was packed up as close as he could get without actually touching him. And you know, it was going to happen. I'm sure Eric wishes it would have happened about another 300 yards later, but
take a rewind here and see if we can't kind of see where the mayhem started, and I think we know where it started as they came off of, and it just becomes a mess afterwards.
Yeah.
And as they come off 4, he gets a run, hooks the 71 a little bit, and the 99 gets into the back of him. There are just cars flying everywhere from that point. Tough break.
Yeah. But congratulations, Mickey Isaac. Go ahead and burn that thing down, baby. You are the winner of the Magic Keller 100. And our top 3 was obviously Mickey Isaac, the winner, the 48 of Alan Warnecki, and the 44 of Phil Hitman Manzo. We will talk to them shortly.
And the guy that said he just wanted to finish in the top 10 to 3rd place.
I talked him right into it.
Still out there doing donuts.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we can pull our race winner up here. Hey, Mickey, this is Pat and Jamie up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, what about you guys?
Well, that was one heck of a race here at Talladega, and you know, from your vantage point there, a lot of mayhem towards the end. So tell me how you got through that last lap wreck and how your race went behind the windshield of that 01 car this evening.
Well, I tried to stay in the back, you know, most of the race. Got a couple of fender benders. But that last turn there coming out on the last lap, I saw all that crap in my mirror, and I was just holding on.
Yeah, sometimes that's all you can do when it comes to some of these races is just kind of hold on and pray you make it through the smoke, and you definitely did there. So we saw early in the race, you know, some guys come down and grab tires and fuel and all that stuff. It seemed the tires make much of a difference, or the fuel load made much of a difference as these cars were working back and forth in the draft.
After the first pit stop, my tires were still at 100%. So after that, I kept getting in wrecks and minor damage, so I just go in and top off on fuel. And I think I changed right sides once. After that, I still had a left side tire change I didn't even fool with. Still had a fast repair as well. I was saving it in the bank.
Wow. That's amazing you were able to get through that race without having to use that fast repair. We saw a lot of tore up race cars. So, Mickey, congratulations on your win, man. That was a great run. It was super fun to watch. That was a great race. You guys did an outstanding job. I can't say enough about that. So, do you have any sponsors or shout outs you'd like to make?
We can do a shout out to Zachary Johnson. He watches this every now and then. I figured I'd throw him one.
All right. Well, again, congratulations on the win, man. And Zachary Johnson, if you're watching tonight, hey, Mickey just put it in victory lane for you, man.
All right, so let's go to our second place car of Alan Wernicke. See how bad we're jacking up his name. Hey, Alan, it's Pat and Jamie up in the booth. You got a copy? Well, I saw him light up, but I didn't hear anything from him. Hey, Alan, you got a copy?
Yeah, I hear him. I hear him miking, but it's not. I'm not
Nope.
getting anything coming through.
Yeah, well, it seems we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. Well, Alan, brother, I know that you can hear us. That was a heck of a race this evening to bring that number 48 car. Kind of really cool to see that an old Jimmy Johnson throwback scheme there on the side of that car. But a lot of tough racing here at Talladega this evening. So I know you got to be pretty ecstatic bringing that car home in second place. And really from starting, gosh, they're in 32nd place to bring it in second place. That is one heck of a run. So congratulations
30
to you, my
spots.
friend.
Yeah, good job, Alan. And I can probably just give the Jimmy Johnson post race speech for you if you'd like. I'd like to thank all the Lowe's associates that help us every week, and yay me.
Wow. I
That
got
wasn't
nothing on.
good.
No, that
All
wasn't
right,
good. That was not good at all.
sorry we couldn't get your interview going here, Alan. We apologize for that.
All right, brother. Take care. Just got a little bit of something there at the end. I think his mic may have been turned down pretty low, but we'll grab Hitman here and bring him in and talk to him about his third place finish. Hey, Hitman, this is Pat and Jamie up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Pat and Jamie. Good. I got a good copy. How you guys doing?
Well, I mean, I'm
Not as
doing
good
pretty
as
good.
you.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have to sweat bullets and white knuckle
Oh,
a wheel around Talladega Superspeedway. So tell me how your night went and how you brought that car home in third place.
it was definitely a white knuckle race. I'll tell you. I got up to the top 5. I got hit 3 wide, brought me back to 12th place, moved up to 3rd from there. Coming down the last lap, I was 10th, and the big one happened, moved me up to 3rd. So I'll take it.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Pat.
No, go ahead, Jamie.
Yeah, Phil, you messaged me earlier and said you'd just be happy with a top 10 tonight, and you can go back and watch the tape. I called it. You were sitting in 8th, and I said, hey, Phil's up where he was hoping to be, and he's still got time to even probably be in the top 5. And now here you are. We're talking to you. So,
Yep.
Congratulations on a great run, man. It was
Thank you.
fun to see you guys put on a hell of a show tonight. It was a thrill to watch. So, you got any shout outs? Anybody you'd like to thank?
I got a little bit of a shout out. I'll make it short though, but I want to thank Original Rebels for the league. I want to thank Magic Mike for running the ARCA and the Legends, including myself. I want to also thank Josh Oswald for the paint jobs that he's done for me in the past. I think he's got a little bit of paint job to do this week for me because I crashed that up pretty good.
Well, speaking of the Jet, we noticed he wasn't here tonight. Any particular reason?
Yeah, Jet wasn't here. He's racing live tonight.
Oh.
He's got an enduro race for big bucks. So he
Okay.
figured big bucks over iRacing. I wouldn't do that, but God bless him.
Oh, hey, at least it's for something. At least it's for something good and not the alternative. So
Yep.
we missed him. Hopefully, he'll be back next week.
He definitely will be back.
Well,
And
outstanding run,
guys,
brother.
I want to thank you guys too for broadcasting. You guys do a great job. Really appreciate it. Put it in time. I hope the White Castles hit you guys good tonight.
Oh, they were good. They were good. Always threw off calling the start of the race. We forgot a lot of stuff. So one more time, the magic Machine Gun Keller. See, I can't even say it. Machine Gun Keller 100 from Talladega.
Super.
All right, brother. Have a good evening,
Thank
man.
you, guys.
Congratulations on third.
Thank you. You too.
All right, Jamie. As we kind of close it out here for this evening, fantastic race, man. A lot of tight racing, a lot of pack racing. Again, we saw a lot of 3 and 4 wide. These guys really understanding these ARCA cars and not bump drafting, but they're at the end of the race. You're out there trying to win at Talladega, and that means something. So, get a couple of these big ones here at the end, but great to see Mickey Isaac win it. Great to see Alan Warnecki bring it home there in second, and it's always awesome to talk to the Hitman. Glad he brought it home there in third.
Yeah, it was a great race. A great job by everybody involved. It was. I'll be honest. It was. I wasn't expecting this type of race tonight, and so this was a pleasant surprise. Wasn't expecting the 3 wide racing, the 4 wide racing, and being able to hold it. You hear a lot of people. If you do any kind of official races at these tracks, you try to go 3 wide, and you're going to hear a lot of people crying about it. But there's plenty of room for it, and these guys proved that, and they pulled it off well. So good job by everybody involved, and once again, congratulations to our race winner, Mickey Isaac.
Yeah, as we start to wind down the season here, we've got the schedule up, and so that finishes our race here this evening from Talladega Superspeedway in the Machine Gun Keller 100. Next week, there'll be a Charlotte Motor Speedway for 67 laps, and then they'll finish up the season on May 14th at Michigan International Speedway for 50 laps. From me and Jamie up here in the booth and Goat Locker Racing, definitely come check us out on Facebook and definitely come check out the original Rebel Racing League. Great group of drivers, a lot of different series that run, including this ARCA Menard series that runs here on Friday nights. Look us up on Facebook, check us out on Twitch, and we will see everybody again next week. Take care.